Welcome to Deimos Staryard. Today we're going to be building the UC Project X. So we're going to get started where we always do, and that's by merging our grav drive and our reactor together. In this case we're able to duplicate the grav drive, so as long as you're able to duplicate the piece, you can use halves. And when you use the halves, what you can do is you can duplicate the hab and the piece you're touching, and if you grab the lower piece for this instance and the grav drive, you press duplicate and it forces it down, so you're going to grab the lower hab again, grab the grav drive, press it again, and now your grav drive and your reactor are merged in one place. So we can clean up. Now this build uses a lot of pieces from Deimos Staryard, so you're going to need to get a lot of these bigger habs there, as well as the cockpit. So we have the companionway to connect our battle stations and our computer core to our mess hall. Now we're going to need to move these wing pieces out of the way later, but for the sake of cleanliness we're just going to put them over here. Now this Nova piece, you want to make sure it clips on the back of the hab, because that's going to allow us to glitch in those Deimos wing pieces. Now to do that, you're going to have to place it in shipbuilder first, and then what you want to do is flip it back and forth and then let it go. So it's going to naturally want to connect to that forward snap point. So we're going to flip it, and then let it go. We're going to grab this living quarter. We're going to place it on the back most top snap point to the front snap point of the battle station above. On the outside there, leaving that little gap. We're going to connect this all in one in front of it. We're going to put our Nova cowling on the front there to make our nose piece. Now this living quarters is going to connect to the front two snapping points of that 3x1 tab. And then now we're going to attach our armory. We're going to make sure that snaps to the frontmost snap points on the sides of those two habs. We're going to place our third, leaving that gap. And this is going to snap to the front of the other living quarters. And then we're going to finish off our nose on the other side. Now here is the first of our two Deimos armories. So this one is going to actually be attached to the landing bay, and the other one is going to be attached to the docker later. So now we're going to take these engines, we're going to attach them, and we're going to put them here for now. We are going to need to move them later, but we're going to need to glitch into these side ones, so for the time being we're just going to place these. And what you're going to do here to get your sixth engine is you're just going to duplicate the middle engine, grab the ship, select it, and then it should attach directly to the engine. Now this Nova cowling is going to attach to the back of the hab, and it's going to give us that extra little bit of length to complete our flaring. And we're going to do the same on the other side. And flipping it back and forth, letting it go. attach this to the back of the Nova cowling. It's going to go there. There we go. Now we're going to take this little piece of the bumper, put it there, and then now we're going to use the same techniques we've been using to merge the other parts to flip this piece back and forth and then let it go, so that way it merges into the bumper. Now you're going to do the same for the other side, so I'm just going to grab all these pieces. You can pause here. And I'm just going to attach these right to the side to complete that side. And we'll attach our infirmary to the front. So that's going to give us a nice clean attachment there. So we get that nice level surface to put on our big railguns. So to build the railguns, what you're going to want to do is you're going to get these inside of the Nova weapon mount. So we're going to take our two radiators here. And then we're going to attach our weapon mount onto the front of it. Now this part can be very irritating, so you might want to pause the video here while you're trying to get this part done. Basically what you want to do is you want to force these pieces in there, because they're big enough to just snap in there, but sometimes the snap points are, there we go, they're not connecting properly. So once you do that, I recommend duplicating it like I did here. And then that way you can just drag it and you're not going to have to struggle with that process again. Now that piece is going to be important later, because what that's going to do is that's going to give us a snap point to both the bottom and the top of the front of the nose. So we're going to grab the Nova cowling here, and we want to make sure that sticks out with an overhang. And then we can attach our Deimos Spine F piece. Because that's going to create the snap point for our Deimos Skeg A piece here. So you're going to flip it back and forth, let it go. And then you may need to grab the ship to make sure it's connected properly. We're just going to snap this Nova piece here. And there we go. Now it's attached. The piece on the bottom is now attached. So we want to move that out of the way. We want to put our Spine E piece here. And our other Spine F piece here. Now we're going to put our Nova cowling over it by flipping it in place and then letting it go. Now you're going to flip these, but it's not really necessary. You can remove the winglet, because you'll see you can't place a piece here. You can't place it there, so you can place that there temporarily. And then what you'll need to do is that to place that piece, you'll have to move this piece out of the way anyways. So you can just place all these pieces along the side and then add your wing back on. Move this weapon out of the way. There's our Spine A piece. We're going to put our other Spine A piece here, because we have one for the nose. So you're going to need to flip it back and forth. Let it go. Grab the ship. Select it, and there you go. It'll connect to that piece for you. Move that out of the way again, and then now we'll start from the nose. there's 3 pieces there. Now, move our Deimos Wing piece. Finish out our spine. Now flip our wing piece back and forth and then let it go. It's now attached to that snap point. Now we have that done, we can add in our landing bay. And from we have our armory and our landing gear. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this Skeg A piece, we're going to move it to the front, and then we're going to add on 2 landing gear. I did this to give myself a reference. So that connects right there. And this one is going to connect right behind that landing gear. Now, then we have those in place. We have markers for where our belly pieces are going to go. So our belly pieces are going to go not right there. So not back here, but right here. On the second landing gear. Right there. Right before our railguns. Now that we have those in place, we can place our brig, which is going to have a porthole overlooking the landing bay. Sorry, I'm building on an Xbox, so the camera can be kind of funky. And there you go. So now you're going to have that porthole. Preventing any unauthorized access. And of course, next to your brig, you need another armory. And then your dock. Now that you have your docker there, you're going to want to finish out the rest of the bottom landing gear. So we're going to move this forward so you have your 3 landing gear together, just like that. We're going to grab our Skeg A piece, connect it. Now we're going to take Nova cowling. And now it's not going to, you want to get the snap point as close as possible to where the actual snap point is, and then flip it, let it go. Then you're going to grab the ship, and the ship's going to connect onto there for you. And now that you have that, you have a snap point for your other Nova cowling here at the bottom, which creates an entrance shroud for you. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take these Deimos Hull pieces, and you're going to need 3 of them to fill in the gaps there. So we'll just delete these 2 now. So you can grab your belly. I can duplicate that. we can delete these pieces. Now I'm just going to grab all these pieces here. So there's the 3 landing gear and the 2 Skeg A pieces. And then we're going to duplicate what we did on the other side with the engine shroud. By grabbing this Nova piece and pulling it over here. We're going to flip it back and forth and then place it, grab it, and move the ship slightly, and then it'll connect again. And then that gives us a clean snap point for that one. Now, what we want to do is we want to put in our porthole and our other fuel tanks. So we're just going to move these out of the way. You can move the 2 middle engines out if you want, but what you want to do is you want to make sure it's firmly snapped against the reactor. So I end up moving it out so that I can show you. So you grab these pieces, move them out of the way, and then there you go. You got the fuel tank in there, and then what you can do is you can grab it, and then you can duplicate it. There you go, it's connected, and then you can just duplicate it and flip it, and it should connect. We're just delete that one, that. We're going to duplicate the middle engine again, grab the ship, select it. Now here we're going to move the mess hall out of the way. We're going to put our porthole down in here so you can see the reactor core and the grav drive merged together. Put our mess hall back. So you can take these 2 pieces, put them together like this, and just drop them down. Just whip it out of the way, so we have another Spine A piece. What you want to do with the Spine A piece is you want to put it right here into the Nova cowling, as close as you can to the snap point, flip it, let it go, grab the ship, and then this ship will snap to it. Now we're just going to grab all 3 of those pieces and attach them just like that. We're going to take these 2 Nova pieces. We're going to put them here. We're going to move this one out of the way for now, because we're going to have to glitch that one into the cockpit. So we're going to have this companionway connect to the companionway below. We're going to add on our bridge. We're going to flip that in place so that way it connects. So you can see all the components here. I'm just moving them closer because it wasn't allowing me to move that far to grab them. So right now, there's no snap point for that one. So what you want to do is you want to bring this one here and attach it. And then I'm just bringing them all down because for whatever reason they just kept not allowing us to be able to move our pieces down. It wasn't on the same plane. So you want to flip that piece there. Now that's connected. So now what you can do is this piece will just snap on to those pieces that you flipped into place. And then this one you're going to need to flip to glitch into place. Now it does clip into the back of the bridge, but only into the back rooms there. There you go, we're going to flip that back into place. Now with these pieces, we're going to attach the fore piece and the aft piece. We're going to flip that into place. And you want it connecting like that. That's going to connect no problem. Now this is going to actually go on the nose piece on the top of the spine there, and then this is going to connect to this point right here. So these are going to attach to the Nova cowling pieces on either side. So you're going to put 4 guns there. Now these are going to connect to those 4 pieces in the back that we put into the Nova cowling. It gives us a nice weapon mounting placement. And here's the last part. We're going to need to grab the shielding. Which can be very finicky. There we go. So we're going to move this piece of cowling to hide our shielding underneath right there. And we're going to move this back in place. And flip it. And then there you go. You can also cycle it like that to put it in place. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. See you out in the Starfield.